I'll just try to take a pot shot at the Cowboys just because I can. I would like to give out the Tony Romo Award for getting paid a massive contract and then immediately mailing it in. And just like Tony Romo, if you don't know, got $20 million a year as an announcer and then immediately started playing golf during the weekdays and just showing up to the games on Sunday to get to talk. And you know what? Yeah, sure. Good for you, Tony. So I feel like there were like a half dozen quarterbacks who got like a huge contract this year with this offseason. 5 of those 6 just absolutely sucked today. Just absolutely awful. Daniel Jones, we talked about it enough. It was raining. An absolute disaster. Daniel Jones had a terrible day. Dude, Joe Burrow. Also, rain, I think it's a third rain, a third being week 1, and then Joe Burrow a third coming back from his calf injury. I don't know. But all I know is on Saturday, he signed the dotted line for $275 million. And then on Sunday, it was basically the worst game of his entire life going back to middle school. Like Joe Burrow.
This is not a game I'm actually worried about with Joe Burrow. It's not like something that I think is going to last very long into the season. It was just shocking. It was truly shocking how bad he was. He finished with 82 passing yards on 32 attempts.
The last time a quarterback
82 on 32 attempts.
The last time an NFL quarterback had less than 100 passing yards and 30 attempts was Sam Darnold in this Seeing Ghosts game.
This is like an all-time bad performance. And look, there are excuses and reasons why he did not play well. But man,
yeah, it's look, the
3 points.
Browns 24-3. The Browns won 3 points, fewest yards in Joe Burrow's career by a lot. I mean, he had 3 fantasy points too. Like, I mean, Josh Dobbs, the Cardinals, had like 2.5. So I mean,
T. Higgins 0 catches. Jamar Chase, he had like 4 points.
T. Higgins, first receiver to have 8 targets in a game, but not have a catch in 8 years.
T. Higgins was 4th in among receivers today.
I'm telling you, dude, fantasy should just start at week 2. Just start fantasy at week 2.
Like we cut off the first. That's actually
we
a great
treat
idea.
week 1 like preseason, and then you draft after week 1.
That's actually a sick idea where it's like we always cut off the last week of the season. We should cut off the first week. Let him, like in a moose boosh, everyone gets to watch all the players for a week.
This is so nice that none of this counts, you guys.
This is like the best idea Craig's ever had. I will say the Bengals, it's not that I'm making fun of the Bengals and Burrow, but it's more a Bills fan said to me, what if Josh Allen did this? What would y'all be saying about Josh Allen if he had 80 yards and 30 completions or 30 attempts? I'd be like, yeah, that's super fair. We'd be making so much fun. But yeah, Burrow was absolutely horrific. Lamar was terrible too. Like all the quarterbacks who signed, Lamar was awful. His numbers weren't like egregious. He just merely had like 7 fantasy points. He had like 3 turnovers. He had a pick, he had 2 fumbles. He had under 170 passing yards, but it was just like a carelessness. It was weird. Lamar tweeted after the game that he actually was rusty as shit or whatever. He tweeted an emoji.
Oh, good.
But it was like the most careless I've seen. Like honestly, he was running with the ball. It almost like he thought the play was over. It was so weird the way that he fumbled. Like it was so. My girlfriend kept asking me if I thought he was hurt. Yeah, flex. And I kind of agree. Like he didn't look fast. They barely ran any designed runs, and the whole thing looked off. And then
I got to be honest.
Yeah, hit me.
If we're doing the panic meter for like all these quarterbacks who got giant contracts and now looked like shit today, Burrow 1 out of 10. I think I'm starting to get a little bit worried about Lamar Jackson and just like
his long-term viability.
Yeah. I think I might be at a 5 out of 10 for Lamar. I just,
dude, I think I'm at 6.5.
It's been a while since we've seen it. Yeah, it's been a while since we've really seen Lamar like take over. I no longer am afraid of him.
Like
as
the
an opponent.
MVP thing, he won the unanimous MVP. That was pre-pandemic. I don't want to hear shit about pre-pandemic. Like that, you know what I mean?
As far as I'm concerned, that was a different world. This is we're living in a different space. I don't know.
I'm not there yet. There a couple variables definitely matter here. This is the first game with a new offensive coordinator, new offense. Like we can't just hand wave that away.
I know, but they played the Texans. The point is they beat. So the Ravens won the game.
Might have a good defense. I mean, the
Ravens
Texans
won the
defense
game.
is not like terrible.
It was 25-9. But honestly, like the offense didn't do anything. It was 7-6 at halftime. And frankly, like the defense kind of held up the Ravens the whole time.
Mark Andrews was out. J.K. Dobbins tore his fucking Achilles. Terrible.
Yes.
But there's variables here that you can't just hand wave and say, oh, it doesn't matter.
I do 5 out of 10.
I would say I'm like more worried about him. I'm more worried about Lamar than I am about Burrow. But
Zay Flowers is the rookie receiver. He had 40% of their targets.
Yeah,
Zay Flowers had what was their average depth of target for Lamar today? Like 4 yards downfield.
Yeah,
it was a strange offense. It just the whole thing was odd. I don't know. It wasn't very professional, honestly. It was very strange. And then Jalen Hurts, fewest yards and EPA per play than any game the Eagles had all of last season. Fewest fantasy points Jalen Hurts has had in a game that mattered. I'm not counting ones that the Eagles had already clinched something. Fewest fantasy points in a game that mattered for the Eagles Jalen Hurts has had in almost 2 years. I agree with Craig. Panic meter, Burrow, I'm going to put like a 1 out of 10. Jalen Hurts, I'm going to put like a 2.5, 3 out of 10. Lamar, I'm going to put at like a 6. And then Daniel Jones, I'm going to put it at 4.5. Daniel Jones, it's not Daniel Jones' fault. It's that obvious thing's wrong, but you can't lose 40-0. That was a systemic failure. That was like
he didn't look good.
It was Chernobyl. It was like 11 things went wrong.
You can be so worried about Lamar and you're not worried about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones threw how many touchdowns did he throw last year?
Well, that's
15.
not the no, but that's not it. Daniel Jones was running for his good year, life.
And you're not worried about him?
Daniel Jones was running for his life the whole
Lamar
freaking
Jackson
night.
rushed for over 1,000 yards every year. This is ridiculous. Come on. Okay, getting back to the awards. This is the congratulations, you've replaced Joffrey Baratheon as my least favorite character ever award, and it's going out to Arthur Smith. I hate this guy. I hate everything about him.
Head coach for the Atlanta Falcons.
Can't fucking stand him. Get this out of the way. They won the game. I don't fucking care.
24-10. 24
what a loser.
Whatever.
Beat a division rival by 2 touchdowns.
It was closer than that until late.
What an idiot.
But yeah, this is going back to what I said earlier in the podcast, where when you have really good players, it helps to give those guys the football. And
unless you're on the Falcons, in which case it doesn't for some reason.
They just have decided to completely fucking ignore the 2 top 10 picks that they drafted for the passing game in order to improve the passing game. They drafted. Well, I can't even remember his name.
Drake London. He didn't get a catch today. So
couldn't even remember his name because he got absolutely
super
forgettable. He ran 60 routes and had 0 targets and 0 catches. Absolutely useless. Yeah, he was doing. Did you guys see some of the blocking he was doing out there? Oh my god, it was amazing. This is pure sarcasm. You don't draft a fucking guy in the top 10
Drake had,
so he can block on the outside.
Did you see the quote, DK? Somebody told Arthur Smith, they were like, oh, Drake London had 1 fewer reception than Desmond Ridder in today's win. And Arthur Smith said, let the fantasy guys worry about that. We've got to clean some things up. We don't care. Drake London doesn't care. All we care about is 1-0.
First off, fucking guarantee you Drake London
can we
does
talk
care.
to Drake about that? Yeah, I'm not so sure.
First of all, that's fucking bullshit. Second of all, you went 7-10 last year, my guy. You drafted this guy in the top 10, my guy. You went 7-10 the year before that, my guy. You're fucking bragging about wins doesn't work on me. I still think you suck. I hate this guy. Freaking pass it to Kyle Pitts and Drake London before I blow my fucking gasket.
I think it's blown. I will say, also, we're not even mentioning how Tyler Algier got more carries than Bijan Robinson, the running back they took in the top 10. Tyler Algier.
I'm not even worried about
got more carries.
Yeah.
Hold on. Tyler Algier got more carries. He had more yards, and he got all the goal line work, so he ended up with the 2 touchdowns. So we ended up in a world where the top running backs, we have Monday Night Football still to go, but the top running backs on the day were Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey, and Tyler Algier. Right above Tony Pollard,
the Tyler
top
Algier,
5 running back.
The Algier thing doesn't bother me as much because they were using Bijan in a lot of fun ways. He had a bunch of targets. He was really.
It doesn't bother you that a running back was drafted top 10 in the NFL, and then another running back they already had got 15 carries.
Let me be clear. It does bother me. It doesn't bother me as much as the other 2 things bother me. Everyone's instant response to me will be, "Have you seen their quarterback?" They should be running the ball, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, if you have 2 top 10 picks, those guys can help that quarterback. You know what I mean?
Take a quarterback. Take a quarterback with
this is what Tyreek
picks.
Hill and Jalen Waddle are doing for Tua. Like, it's helpful to have these elite guys. You just got to give them the fucking football in order for them to help.
1-0. 1-0. On to the next game.
All right. Time for the most important thing of the whole day and the only thing that will bring me any joy, which is the burn book.
I love how every segment in this entire podcast has just been us being like, God damn it. I hate these people. I hate my team. I hate fantasy.
I really have nothing going on.
Also, I was just like
not one thing.
I was so euphoric waking up this morning. Like, everything was going to go so well. I love all my teams. I'm so excited about all the guys I got. I had the best plan. My plan was amazing. And it's all gone to shit.
Do you guys want to, do you have a burn book candidate or do I just?
I do.
You know? Oh, okay.
Craig, do you want to go first? Who do you got?
DK, is yours a player or a coach?
It's a player.
Oh. You go first, DK.
I'm going to say AJ Dillon. Which is dangerous because Aaron Jones got hurt, so he might actually be the starter next week. But I just don't want to fall for it again. I'm absolving myself. I'm absolving myself of AJ Dillon. I'm washing my hands of it. I used to think he was really good. I no longer think that. I just can't do it anymore. 13 carries for 19 yards. I just can't. I would never put him in the starting lineup again. I hope I don't. Anyway, you guys got to convince me not to. Put him in the burn book.
Craig.
I'm doing Drake London. he had 0 catches. Like, it's like the more you look like a wide receiver, the less interested Arthur Smith is in getting you the ball. Like, he's like, you know what? Kyle Pitts is like kind of a lineman. I'll give him the ball. Like, running backs, like they're like he just despises passing, and Desmond Ridder throws the ball 12 times a game. So there's no convincing that you can do to make me think Drake London is going to like bounce back. What if you guys had to guess right now? What is the most amount of targets Drake London is going to have in a game this year? Like, is the over under like 6.5?
Yes,
5.5.
It's exactly the number I picked in my head.
Bijan led the team today in targets with 6.
Again, Arthur Smith is telling us who he is. We just need to listen. He has no interest in passing the ball to Drake London.
I think he's actually like, it's more than that, Craig. Like, he's invested in pissing us off. Like, he hates us more than we hate him.
He's the first coach who's like, actually, I'm a troll and this is a bit because my dad's
like,
a billionaire and none of this matters.
I don't fucking care if I get fired.
My dad's FedEx.
I'm taking you guys out with
around. I'm going to shave my beard and have a weird mustache and not pass to all my good players.
Oh, my God.
Why do you want?
I mean, there's a chance he is just Big Cat in a hat. We don't know. He could be Big Cat calling plays.
Heifetz, look at the screen.
For those of you who didn't listen to our Friday episode, Arthur Smith looks like Big Cat from Part of My
He looks like Big Cat's dad.
Older brother.
I don't know what Big Cat's dad looks like. He looks like what I would think Big Cat's dad
I don't either. I'm saying he looks old and weathered.
I'm out on Drake London.
Thanks for bringing Drake London and AJ Dillon. That's very, very sweet of you guys. We're going to burn Kadarius fucking Toney. Because my God,
did you see how he moved?
If there's ever been a player who's ever deserved the goddamn burn book.
Hey, come on.
He got 5 targets on 11 routes. Give him fucking 50 routes.
One receiving yard, -1 rushing yard. He dropped 3 passes, and one of those passes was tipped for a pick 6 that was in his hands, and they gave up a pick 6 in a game they lost by 1 point. There will not be a single skill player all year that goes more out of his way to lose a game while contributing nothing of any positive substance whatsoever. Ever. You could do bad things and good things. I don't know if we'll ever get a player doing solely so many negative things without any positive contributions.
I genuinely mean this. This is not a bit. I really do believe this with every fiber of my being. Kadarius Toney is a buy low.
Yes, I actually do.
He is.
I actually agree with that. I actually do.
Like, I actually feel worse about Sky Moore's role than I do about Kadarius.
You know why? It's never been lower, 100%. Though. It's because it's never been lower, though. It's
Bull liquor. These prices have never been lower.